Hi, 8th grade. Welcome to your last review video for the New York State math test. Determine the solution, if any, to the system of equations below. So, solving for systems of equations, we can do three things. We can graph, use substitution, or elimination. I like to use elimination. To eliminate, remember you need the same number in front of the variable, so they could cancel out, and one positive, one negative. So let's say we want to cancel out the x's. I would want them to both be 8s. So I would multiply the bottom by 2. I'm going to rewrite the equation on the top. Nothing changes to it. 8x minus 2y equals 1. And I'm going to distribute the 2 to everything inside. So 2 times negative 4 is negative 8x. 2 times positive y is positive 2y. And 2 times 3 is 6. Now we are going to add. So these cancel out because they're opposites, and these cancel out because they're opposites. So I've got nothing on the left equals 7. Does 0 ever equal 7? No, there is no solution. Number 55. The hypotenuses of similar triangles ABC and DFA lie on line K, shown below. Demonstrate whether the slope of line K is constant between points C and D. Use the leg lengths of triangles ABC and DFA in your answer. So here, the leg lengths is our rise over our run. So this is 1 and 3. So between C and A, the slope, rise over run, is 1 over 3. Between A and D, the run is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the rise is 2. So between A and D is 2 over 6, which reduces, so it's also equal to 1/3. So the slope is constant. All right, number 56. The values in the table below represent function b, which is a linear function. Function L is represented by the equation y equals 6x plus 4. Compare functions b and L by determining which one has a greater rate of change and which one has a greater y-intercept. Explain why your answers are correct. Okay, so we need to find the rate of change and the y-intercept for both. So function b, we need to find the rate of change. Rate of change is just slope, m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we can pick 2 points. It doesn't matter which ones. Actually, let's use the positive ones. Oops. I don't want that. No. Okay. Let's use the positive ones. So y2 could be 11 minus 5 over 3 minus 1. 11 minus 5 is 6. 3 minus 1 is 2. So the slope for function b is 3. And the slope for function L is 6. So function L has a greater rate of change because 6 is greater than 3. Okay, now we need to find the y-intercept. So for this linear equation, we know that y equals 3x plus b, but we don't know what b is. So we can plug in a point, put in 5 for y equals 3 times 1 for x plus b. 5 equals 3 plus b, solve for b, so subtract 3 from both sides. So b equals 2. And for function L, the y-intercept is 4. So again, function L, oops, I forgot to put an L here. L has greater y-intercept because 4 is greater than 2. Right, next question. The values given in the table below lie on the graph of a linear function. What equation represents this linear function? So we need to find y equals mx plus b. So first let's find m, and we just did this again. So m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Pick any 2 points, sure. We do 250 minus 175 over 0.75 minus 0.50. 250 minus 175 is 0.75, and 750 minus 50 is 25. 0.75 divided by 0.25 is equal to 3. So far our equation is y equals 3x plus b, but we don't know what b is. So we pick a point, doesn't matter which one, let's use one we didn't use yet. So 1 equals 3 times 0.25 plus b. 1 equals 3 times 0.25 is 0.75. Solve for b, so subtract 0.75 from both sides. And we get 0.25 equals b. So our final equation is y equals 3x plus 0.25. Next, the circular base of a cone has a center C. Another circle with a center B is parallel to the base. The circle is the base of the smaller cone with a height AB. The measurements in the diagram are given in inches. Triangle ABD is similar to triangle ACE. The smaller cone is removed to create a new object as shown below. What is the volume of this new object? Round your answer to the nearest tenth. Well, this new object is the same thing as this bottom cone. So all we have to do is find the entire cone and subtract the smaller cone from it. So volume of a cone, remember, is 1/3 pi r squared h. So the volume of the whole thing is 1/3 pi. The radius is x. Oh, we need to find out what it is. So we need to see the proportions here. 5 is to 2, so the height of the smaller cone and the radius of the smaller cone, as the height of the whole thing, which is 10, is to x. So you can cross multiply, or you can see that 5 times 2 would give us 10. So we have to just multiply by 2. So the radius is 4. And we saw the height was 10. So then PEMDAS, do the exponent first. 4 times 4 is 16 times 10. So then we can put this all over 1. 16 times 10 is 160 divided by 3. Let's see. $53.3 repeating. So we got 53.3 repeating pi. Okay, now the volume of the smaller cone. Volume equals 1/3 pi r squared h. Volume equals 1/3 pi. The radius of the smaller is 2, and the height of the smaller is 5. So then we have volume equals 1/3 pi. 2 squared is 4. Put these over 1 so we can multiply. 1 times 4 times 5 is 20. 20 divided by 3 is 6.6 repeating pi. So then we're going to subtract and do 53.3 repeating pi minus 6.6 repeating pi. And that gives us 46.6 repeating pi. Multiply that by 3.14. that gives us about 146.6. And I think they measured in feet. So nearest tenth, inches. So this is inches cubed. All right, next question. The table and the graph below show Josie's and Salvador's wages respectively based on the number of hours worked. In 2010, Josie and Salvador each worked an 8-hour day for 5 days each week. How many weeks did it take Josie to earn $1,000 more than Salvador? So first we need to find their hourly wage. So Josie makes $26.25 in 3 hours. So if you divide that, she makes $8.75. Salvador makes $15 in 2 hours. So do 15 divided by 2. That equals 7.5. We want to know if they work the same amount of weeks, how long did it take him to earn, Josie to earn $1,000 more than Salvador? So Josie earns $875 times X, and Salvador makes 7.5 times X, and we want to know when will Josie's wages be the same as Salvador's plus $1,000. And X stands for weeks, so what we have to do is find out how much they earn in a week. If they work an 8-hour day times 5 days in a week, that means that Josie makes $40 in a week, and want to make $1,000 more, plus Salvador, if he works, 40 hours times their wage of 8.75. Means that Josie makes $350 in a week. And then Salvador, if he works 40 hours in a week, he makes $300. Oh, and W, not X. So now I want to solve for W. So I'm going to subtract 300W from both sides. And this gives me 50W equals 1,000. Divide both sides by 50. And we get W equals 20. So it'd take her 20 weeks to make $1,000 more than Salvador. All right. In the figure below, line DE is parallel to line FG with transversal AG. Write and solve a system of equations to determine the values of X and Y. Well, we know that X plus Y has to equal 180, and also X is equal to 5Y minus 18, because these are vertical. Here and here, those are all equivalent, and X plus Y has to equal 180 because they're supplementary. So we're going to use substitution because we already know what X is equal to. So now in original equation, the first one, you could put 5Y minus 18 plus Y equals 180. Combine like terms. 5Y plus Y is 6Y minus 18 equals 180. I want to solve for Y, so I'm going to add 18 to both sides. This cancels out, and 6Y equals 198. Divide by 6 on both sides. Let's see, 198 divided by 6 equals 33. Okay, next one. As we're running out of time, 4 equations are shown below. Identify one linear and one nonlinear equation from the list. State a reason. Well, linear equations are y equals 2x minus 5, because it's in the form y equals mx plus b. Also, y equals x divided by 2. That is as well. The nonlinear ones are y equals 2x. That's because the variable is the exponent. And also, y equals x squared plus 6, because the variable has an exponent. All right, enjoy the rest of your break. I will see you guys on Monday.